Hello, Reformed Tomboy here, and I'm going to be showing you a neutral look with a little bit of pizzazz. You want to start as usual with your base to prevent creasing. Here I'm using Urban Decay's Primer Potion, applying it with the wand, and then smoothing it out with my finger. Next you want to take Naked Pigment. It has a little bit of sparkle, so that's where some of the pizzazz comes in, on a fluffy brush, and just swirl that all over your lid until you get the pigmentation that you want. This is very neutral pigment though. And once you got all that done, you're going to want to take a pointed crease brush and Cork a mid-tone brown, swirl it in there, tap off the excess, and then start applying that to your crease to define that out. Keep most of the color on the outer corner right here. Use soft stroking motions to blend that inward. And as you go, you can blend that crease color outward so that there's not such a harsh line, and it's not so obvious. Well, it's going to be obvious that you define your crease, but it's not going to be so harsh, is what I mean. Take your time with this step. And once you have that done, you want to define that outer part a little by taking a tapered blending brush and just dipping it into Espresso, which is a darker brown. Tap off the excess and then touch it to the outer V of your eye. It's just swirling it and blending it out just a little, but keeping most of the color on that outer V, working it in a kind of crescent motion out there, as you see. You really want to take your time with this step because this is how you draw your eye shape a little, make yourself look a little bit more exotic, I think. But yeah, from this step you're going to want to fade out that crease color, so you take soft brown with that same brush, swirl it in there, and then start blending out that crease color so that it's a smooth transition from the darker brown to the soft brown to your brow highlight, which we will apply next. Now that brow highlight is going to be gesso, as you see here, right there. And then you want to just swirl your fluffy brush into that, and at this point you could correct any blending errors with that gesso after you apply it right under your lid. Simple as that, really. Now you want to define your lower lash line, adding a little bit of a shadow there with Cork and a pointed detail brush. Just kind of smudge it under there, keeping most of the color on the outer portion of your lower lash line. Now you want to take a gel liner on a bent liner brush and start to line your upper lash line, with black of course. You want to taper that line in, so you're kind of going in on your waterline there, so that it looks like a more natural line, or a smoother line, I should say. You want to create a wing, which is going to add more pizzazz to this look, by taking a slanted angled brush like that, and more of the black track, and then you want to create that wing. Now, I wasn't so great with creating this wing, so I take time, but I will include a tutorial that helps me learn how to wing out my liner for my eye shape. But in general, you just want to keep the wing consistent with the rest of the line. Don't make it look like you just added a triangle on the outside of your eye. And that's what I'm doing here, is just smoothing out that line and then filling in that triangle there. From there, you want to curl your lashes for about 10 seconds. This is a vital step for me because my lashes actually point downward. And then you add your mascara. Here I'm using L'Oreal Voluminous in black, waterproof. So that's the final look. My hair looks a lot better in the pictures than it does in the video. I tried to do something and I utterly failed. But yeah, so I hope you guys try out this look. It's very neutral, very wearable, and I think it adds just a little bit of zazz to your look. So enjoy, and I will see you next Tuesday.